This video is a short introduction to data management practices at SciLife Lab. Data is a core component of any research project or publication. It is the raw data that you collect or measure, and it's the process data that support your results and conclusions. Data management practices are important in all phases of research, from data collection to archiving to publishing and ending the project. Your practices should conform with ethics and legislation, keep your data safe and secure, inform your documentation, and support your project organization. Also keep in mind that research data often have a longer lifespan than the research project itself, which means that you should secure your data beyond the project's end date. Research data is an important asset, and there can be many stakeholders. Funding agencies increasingly require data management plans to improve the impact of the funds they distribute. Securing adequate resources and skills for data management reduce risks of data loss and scientific misconduct. Good data management practices make it easier to find and reuse data, to validate results, and to identify which data supports which articles, setting the stage for bigger impacts in society and future research. In support of this, there are trends pushing for increased transparency and building communities of best practices. While every project has a strategy for handling data, those strategies aren't always explicitly expressed or optimized for a given project. And you can aim to make your projects more efficient by making sure that you are implementing good practices for handling your data. You will establish procedures to organize, document, preserve, and share your research data throughout its life cycle. And you should adopt best practice guidelines, encouraging reproducible research, open science, and fair data principles. The fair data principles have been widely adopted and encouraged by funding agencies. They aim to make data findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. This means that you should make your data as openly available as possible, but at the same time as closed as necessary for respecting ethics and legislation. Reproducibility has shown to be challenging, and there are practices you should adopt to ensure that your results can be reproduced using your data, code, and documentation. Open science is an ambition and an ambitious aim for unlimited barrier-free and open access to research outputs and transparency in the whole research lifecycle. To establish good data management practices, you should keep your data secure and organized by managing backups, access restrictions, and versions of documents, code, and transcripts. Deposit and share data using international data repositories that promote fair data principles, opting for restricted or public access as appropriate. Adhere to community standards such as file formats, data dictionaries, controlled vocabularies, and metadata, and aim to maintain a data management plan outlining the project's data management practices. Thank you for watching. Continue with the video on how to write your data management plan, and for questions, get in touch with your university's local data office or with us at SciLife Lab. scilifelab.se/data.